Welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley with Brindle Babe Designs, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the diamond lace wall hanging. Now for the materials, you're going to need a 5.5mm crochet hook, tapestry needle, scissors, a 36-inch long wooden dowel, and you'll need 2 skeins of Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton. I use the color Ecru for this piece. Now to get started, you're going to chain 3. And now you're going to join to the first chain with a slip stitch. Okay, now moving on to round 1, you're going to chain 5. Now we're going to work a treble crochet in the center of our round here. The next stitch is another treble crochet, and then after that you're going to work 2 double crochets. Now you're going to work 2 chains and then work 2 more double crochets. Now you're going to work 2 more treble crochets. Now this is what your work should start to look like. You'll see your point here at the bottom, and then your side of your diamond here on the side where the chain 2 space is. Now you're going to chain 3, and this is going to act as the top point of your diamond. And then you're going to work 2 more treble crochets. Once you finish your treble crochets, you're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. As you're working around, you may have to pull your stitches close together so they're nice and snug so you have some room to work all your stitches. Once you get to the end, you're going to work a treble crochet. And then to finish this round, you're going to slip stitch in the 3rd chain. And here's what your work should look like after you finish round 1. Going on to round 2, you're going to chain 4. And then you're going to work 2 double crochets in this space. And from now on, we'll be only working double crochets. Now you will work 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches until you get to the chain 2 space. Now in the chain 2 space, you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet. And then you'll work another 1 double crochet over the next 4 stitches. Once you get to the chain 3 space, you're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets on the chain space. Next, you're going to work 1 double crochet over the next 4 stitches. One double crochet, chain 2 and one more double crochet in the chain 2 space, and work 1 double crochet over the next 4 stitches. Maybe a little hard to see, but you'll work your second to last stitch in this little space here on the end. And for the last stitch, you're going to work a double crochet. The way that I do this to make it look a little better is I work the double crochet around the chain 3 space from the previous row. I don't work into an actual stitch. I feel like it just looks a little better that way. And then to finish off, you will slip stitch into the second chain. Alright, now moving on to round 3, you're going to chain 4. You're going to work 2 double crochets in your chain 3 space. And now you're going to work 1 double crochet over the next 7 stitches. Once you get to your chain 2 space, you're going to work 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet all in that same chain 2 space. And then you're going to work another 1 double crochet along the next 7 stitches. Once you get back to the top where your chain 3 spaces, you're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 3, and work 2 more double crochets all in the same chain 3 space. Now that you've finished the right half of your diamond, you'll just go ahead and repeat the same steps on the other half of your diamond to finish off. And don't forget at the end of your row here, you're going to work your second to last stitch in this small stitch here, and then work a double crochet around the stitches from your previous row and slip stitch into the second chain. And there you have your finished diamond. You'll only need to make 20 more of these. But not to worry, they work up really quick once you get down the pattern. Alright, now that you have finished all of your diamonds, you're going to line up your diamonds. We're going to start on the top row, which is going to consist of 6 diamonds. And you're going to line them up from top to bottom horizontally, with the shorter sides being vertical. The shorter sides are what we're going to attach to our wooden dowel. And then as we go down the rows, we're going to go down to the second row of diamonds, and that's going to consist of 5 diamonds, and go down to the next row, which will be 4 diamonds. So you'll omit 1 diamond for every row as you go down. And we're going to go ahead and seam in the points, all of the points together to make up our whole triangle. Alright, so here's the full view of how your diamond should be aligned, just for the sake of visibility. But I'm going to only start off with the top 2 rows because we're going to just focus on seaming one row at a time. And so we're going to start from the right to the left seaming, and you want to seam on the right side. So not that there's really like a right or a wrong side, but I seamed on the right side, so it's got a little bit of an exposed or like a raised seam, but not to worry. At the end, we're going to go ahead and block that so that it's not as prominent. So I'm going to take away these rows here. So you want to keep in mind as you're seaming here that you want to make sure that your chain spaces are lining up. So as you start, your chain 3 space at the top of your diamond is going to line up with the chain 2 spaces from the diamond above it. This is going to give you the most even seam along all the way across. If you don't line up the chain spaces, or if you find that you're a little over, a little under, then you might have to go back a little bit and realign your stitches just to make sure everything all lines up correctly. And I'm just doing like a ladder seam here. I'm taking the front loops only on both sides, because if you go through both bars on both sides, it's going to be too big of a seam, too much. You'll notice it'll be really raised and it's going to look a little wonky. So now I understand it's a little bit much, it's a lot of seaming, but trust me, it goes by quick. Just throw on a show you like and power through it. It's not so bad. Alright, here's a bit of a closer view so you can see a little bit better, and you can see as I come up to add a new diamond on the second row, you want to make sure that you are lining up your chain 3 space and your chain 2 space, and then you're going to add in your diamond that's going to be to the left. So you'll want to finish off to the 2 points there and then start adding in your new diamond. And I do this on the middle chain, and I go down a couple stitches away from your top row just to make sure that your diamonds are nice and secure together. And then once you finish going down a few stitches, you're gonna take your tapestry needle and go back up. So go back up towards the top row. So you're just gonna go through the middle of your seam so that it's pretty much hidden. And then you're gonna start working up along your unworked seam to the left here. So you can see here I'm going back up through my seam that I just did, so that I get back to the normal line of my seam that I'm working. And now you just continue working up this way. Alright, now that all your diamonds are seamed together, you'll notice here this is the back side of my work. I like to have it as the back side when I do tassels. So you're going to go on to making your tassels now. I've got about a 5 to 6 inch notebook here that I just made a bunch of tassels with. You can either go longer or shorter, whatever you like. And now we'll go ahead and start adding the tassels to all the edges of our triangle. So I take my crochet hook, go in from the top to the bottom stitch, and add in my tassel. Now, I did feel like one tassel for each stitch was a little on the lighter side. I probably would have liked it a little fuller. So I would suggest maybe doing 2 tassels for each stitch. Once you're all finished with your tassels, we're going to go ahead and attach our work to our wooden dowel. To do that, you're going to cut a small piece of yarn and tie off your dowel to your chain 2 spaces on your top row of your diamonds. Now make sure you double tie it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then all you'll do on the end to finish off is cut off the ends so that they're just short little tiny ends. And to mount it, you can either mount it with just a hook and the wooden dowel, or you can add a piece of yarn that makes like a loop so that you can add a tack to the wall and hang it off of that. Thanks so much for following along with this tutorial. If you liked it, please comment, let me know, and subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification so you can see when I upload new videos.